Do you, yeah, you want to play some sick-ass gore grind to impress those flat-chested Japanese bitches? Well, you come to the right place, because we're going to talk a little bit about how to play a little bit like these guys. Now, of course, I'm doing a little bit of my own thing here. For example, they don't have any of that. But I will have a little bit, but I'm going to incorporate it in a way that doesn't sound like completely out of place. Just like, oh, what the fuck is this? Some fucking necrophagus fucking just fucking... You know, it's not going to be like that. It's going to be like, it's going to be better. It's going to be more than that. But first you want to have one tone like this. Which is a good start. It's a good start. Definitely good. But then we're gonna want one of these. Now this is a HM2 clone, but I'm pretty sure they might use a real one. I'm actually going to use less than they do probably in terms of distortion in the final product. However, this is like a boost where I use this, as you can see, max level, mids and lows are about 230, and the distortion is completely off. Now you turn this on, and you take this and turn it to this. Big difference, right? Well, that's the key. So I'm going to listen back to some of the riffs I've written for this specifically, and I'm going to basically go through them. I already know the first riff, so we can actually go for the first riff. So we're going to actually start, and I guess that's another thing. We're going to I'm going to sort of copy the intro to my favorite song to kind of get the point across in terms of what kind of style I'm going for with these guys. So let's just do that real quick. I'm just going to program some drums. Alright, so I made a simple beat here, and I'm pretty sure, I'll just copy paste if I need to. And, you know, I made some drums here that they're very simple. So basically, the riff is going to be pretty simple. It's going to be pretty much direct copy, but, you know, different in my way. So, but then just basically adding in a little bit of this. Some you know, dissonance. Maybe I will actually play. Maybe I will play like that on the second guitar. I think I'll do that actually. You know, play. You know, not like that, but. Yeah, that's good. And it goes without saying, it's going to be louder in the mix once it's two guitars playing the same thing. The drums sound louder than the guitar because of the way it is right now. Because the guitars are quiet when it's just one guitar and the lefts... Because it's one left guitar right now. Now, they're only having one guitarist currently in the band, so of course it's going to be different in that sense. But I think it'll get the point across. Now we have the foundation here, the intro. Let's hear this. Oh, whoops. That's from here, from the beginning. I'll turn it up a little. Over this, I can basically already do the thing I was talking about, like, where I add some things. But here comes the fun part. And this is one thing that is very popular in gore grind. You gotta understand, where like you kind of just like do this. It's like an intro, and then you go to the next section. It's a very popular move in gore grind. You do this intro, like, and you have like this is just the intro. And this happens in death metal all the time too. Let's see. So basically, it's gonna go to, but I actually plan on having like that. Something like that to go right in there. But of course, I'm gonna figure out what the fuck the next riff is, and we're actually gonna stop it right here, so it's gonna cut off, and you're gonna see how it's gonna cut off. And there's where we're gonna get that. We're gonna go into the next part. So let's get it going. Alright, so I actually have finished basically the whole song here already, because I actually spent a lot of time on this. I spent about like 2 hours in this. Believe it or not, I put a lot of effort into it. So here's the deal. I did the thing I said I was going to do, where this first thing is pretty much money. Right, but we're not gonna play the whole thing, because, you know, then we have this thing going on. And we have this transition here to this kind of riff. The thing I did here is actually I took some notes. When I was listening, I would hear a fast blasting part where it was doing like this, but it was going like this on the ride. Like bing, 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 bing. It was actually like counting the BPM. So I did that, and then we basically have another one of these little transitions. And then we actually go into one of these, I call this like a dance riff phenomenon in gore grind, where it goes like this. So as you can see, that's the thing. And then after that, we do the same thing again, basically. And then we go into the guitar solo, which I'm only going to give you like the first 10 seconds of. I'm going to count to 10 as soon as I see the solo section to start, so you get an idea of what I'm actually doing here. Well, that was a little more actually, but you can see the point is that it's more just like death metal shredding for the end, because they do sometimes do this, the riff that's in the background, where it's like a little more punky thing, and that's what I was going for there instead of the dance. You know, I wanted basically this song to be a 3-minute like compilation of all the things that they kind of, for the most part, do, and they sometimes throw this punky thing in there. And I think the best part is the outro. However, you're gonna have to hear that next time. Now, the vocals, pretty straightforward. You can do a lot of this. And then you do like, yeah! Which I shouldn't do because it's 9:31 p.m. But basically, I'm basically going to copy what the current vocalist does. Because they have had 2 vocalists. But the current guy seems to be the only original member. So that's what I'm going to go by and what he did live. And he basically just said... And then he might have done 1 or 2, like, typical exhale, just like... You know, whatever. Might throw it in there for, like, effect. But his main thing is the... Yeah! That thing. So... There you have the vocals. It's as simple as it gets, pretty much. Lyrics, optional, though they're going to be in the video description because I'm actually going to write something, and I'm going to end up calling the song something that I don't know what it's called yet. Bass, the guy who's doing the vocals is playing the bass, so he's basically just playing what the guitars are playing. So there you have it. Just pull the guitars, do a little... Yeah! You know, but not black metal high scream, more like fucking manic, insane person banging at their door in an insane asylum kind of, yeah, you know, fucking just, you know, basically what I did before, but yeah. It's the next day over, and it's 9:20 a.m. I'm about to do the vocals. I'm about to write the lyrics as well, because I always write the lyrics when I do the vocals. Same time, basically, like I write a riff, record it, next one, record it, next one, record it, you know? It's like that. So, most importantly, my mic needs one of these. The little cum sock, because my microphone likes to emphasize on the the fucking annoying sounds that certain microphones do pick up more than others. No expert, so I don't exactly. I know what it is. It's the plosives, and basically the microphone is sensitive to it. But, you know, trusty old sock will do the trick. So, ironically enough, my lyrics will probably be a little more tame compared to theirs, because I'm actually going to write just like some typical, I guess, hentai lyrics. I just don't know where to start, what to go with, what kind of topic, what kind of idea I have. Because the thing is, you know, I haven't thought this far, but maybe we should use some inspiration here. You can think about it. But this is not my inspiration. My inspiration is actually the sample I use. And since we're in the, you know, we're in this sort of ballpark where hentai samples are pretty much game. So I ended up going with my favorite, the most iconic, Shoujo Ramenet, and I'm gonna try to theme it around stuff like that. But the thing is, I don't want to directly talk about it. Like, I want to make my own topic, so to speak. But we're gonna find out what I ended up writing, because the lyrics are gonna be in the description, as I said. And yeah, I think the transition from this to the song will be now, because I will need all the time left before I have to actually stand in the kitchen and cook my breakfast before work. It's gonna need to be going into this lyric and recording of vocals. So yeah, basically, you just gotta get creative with the lyrics. It's gotta be at least, like, you know, some dirty, you know, perverted lyrics at the very least, to get yourself in the ballpark of, you know, where you want to go with this kind of style. You know, they focus on Gudo, which is more violent and gory, of course, for the death metal thing. But you know, as long as you're perverted enough, you can get a pass, sort of, so to speak. You don't have to be completely grotesque if you're perverted enough. So that's the motto of the day. You don't have to be grotesque if you're perverted enough. So, without further ado, here goes, for real this time. Metamorphosis!